A British man unwraps his sandwich to find that it's been cut into 16 tiny squares. Why?
Did it start out as a one enormous sandwich?
It's a normal sandwich. A normal British sandwich.
By which you mean two triangles?
Oh.
Triangles or
Interesting.
squares? Let's start on a divisive topic.
I mean, I always think it tastes better in triangles, but that's just...
But then you don't have to bite through the crust to get to it, right? Like, that's the whole thing. You bite along the non-crusty hypotenuse of the sandwich.
That sounds like a mathematical term. I feel like at some point, 3 Blue, 1 Brown is going to do a video about the non-crusty hypotenuse.
The sandwich
I actually
hypotenuse.
think there must be some sort of science behind it, because if the best part of a sandwich is the bit where it meets the open air, you want to increase the surface area to volume ratio of your sandwich.
Yeah.
But then it depends on the filling. Some fillings want to hide from the air. Some fillings need the extra crunch.
And also, to be fair, that would be a great way of getting more surface area for 16 tiny squares.
Yeah, right? You could shred it into 16 tiny squares. There. We just solved it. That's great. What's the next one? It's to increase the surface area of the sandwich.
How long ago did this sandwich event happen? Does that make any difference?
This is a story from Twitter, so at some point since 2006.
Okay. So probably not a large Catholic family with 16 children.
And you say that he opened it to find that it had been cut weirdly. So someone had basically pranked this guy and pre-sliced the sandwich into 16.
Yeah.
I remember once there was a consumer show for kids on children's BBC a good 30 years ago. And something like this came up where someone bought a breakaway bar and they complained that something had gone wrong in the factory and it was entirely solid chocolate all the way through. Now, that I think is a jackpot. That's not worth complaining about, but maybe has something similar happened where something went awry at the sandwich slicing factory?
This would be more deliberate than that. It's not a mistake.
Do they have some kind of aversion to prime numbers?
Ooh, again, that's the non-crusty hypotenuse coming back. But
Was it a sandwich in a school cafeteria that had been sliced by one of the teachers to demonstrate square numbers?
oh, that's again. It's sadly nothing mathematical. I love that we keep
everything's coming back to math. Yeah,
we keep orbiting this kind of mathematical space, and it's just not the right area. I'm sorry.
No.
It was bought from a cafe that was making them to order.
Was the person who opened a sandwich and found it had been cut, was he the only one to discover the sandwich like that, or were they all sold like that? Oh, just the one?
Just the one. Just especially for him.
Can we ask who it was?
Some guy on Twitter. Which means that this might be an entirely fraudulent story made up by some guy on Twitter. But if it is, it's a good story.
Well, yeah, because I was going to ask about the name because I was wondering if maybe at the sandwich shop you have to call your name so they know to call your order, and the guy's name was 16 pieces or something like that. And so they misinterpreted it as what to do for the order. But if it's just some guy on Twitter.
The story of how crisps got invented was that someone sent back his chips saying that they weren't thin or salty enough. And so the chef's like, fine, I'll show you thin and salty. And he actually, it was meant to be a joke food, but he liked it and it became crisps. Did something similar happen in the sandwich shop where he's like, you've sliced it too thick? He's like, fine, I'll show you slices.
Oh, you are very close to that now.
It was a spite slice.
It's a spite slice. Absolutely. I can tell you his name is Darren, if that helps.
Darren
and the spite sliced sandwich.
This is a photo tweeted by Darren who got it from someone else. So we're already several layers deep of how this story could have come about. But yes, it is a spite slice. What might the buyer of the sandwich have done to inspire the spite slicing?
Is it specifically about the number 16? Or did the sandwich artist, and that is the correct term, did the sandwich artist just deliberately slice it into as many slices as possible? Or is it
as many slices as possible?
All right.
Okay. Something to do with he needed help chewing the sandwich. He was going to feed it to his child, or...
Oh, no, that wouldn't be a spite slice.
Yeah, that would be on purpose, yeah. That would be intentional slicing.
That's a kind slice. A nice slice.
A nice slice. Nice slice. I'm glad we got you here.
Why did we go for kind first?
We got a nice slice and a spice slice, not spice, spite slice.
Was it a
I mean, we
spicy
don't know
nice
if it
slice?
was a spice slice. Tom hasn't told us what was in it.
Oh my God.
I don't know what was in the sandwich. It doesn't matter what was in the sandwich.
I don't know. So what do you got to do to get a spite slice? Like, does the person ask, do you want it sliced? And you answer back with something insulting.
It is apt. Like, there are a lot of little things to deal with here.
I see.
Was that it? Was it a comment on the size of the sandwich artist?
Not quite.
Was he? I'm guessing. Did the customer rudely say, and slice it neatly this time? So the sandwich artist went for as neat as possible.
No, it's very apt here. They had to deal with a lot of fiddly stuff, so now he does as well.
So there's another important question. Whose side are we on for this story? Like, who was the arsehole?
Oh, that's very debatable here.
Yeah, I get the feeling that the guy bought the sandwich with a bunch of pennies or something like that.
Yes, absolutely right. It was paid for in 10p.
Yes, so he paid him 10p pieces. So like, okay, I'm going to give you...
The sandwich artist, because apparently we're using that term, just had to deal with a lot of fiddly change and allegedly dealt with it by slicing up the sandwich in similar proportions.
All right.
That's amazing.
That's actually excellent. Yes, I think that's exactly what you should do in that case, to be honest.
Definitely.
I'm with the sandwich artist in this one.
I'm pretty sure that's trademarked by Subway, by the way.
I think it is too.
Yes, allegedly a British man received a sandwich cut into 16 tiny pieces because he paid with a lot of small change.